What's going on, NBA fanatics? This is your friendly neighborhood Memphis Grizzly homer, Memphis X, and I talk hoops. In this video, I am going to give you 3 reasons why Ja Morant is my pick for NBA MVP for the 2023 NBA season. 3 big reasons. But first, every hero needs their theme music.
KeyAno.
Grizz gang, go hard. Baddest in the game, we be on one. I talk hoops, so secure. All up on the court, but we gon' score. Memphis bringing heat straight from Tennessee. Ja Morant spiking, let's go.
All right, Grizz fanatics. Today is the day that the NBA schedule will be released in full. But first, I'm going to give you my 3 reasons why Ja Morant is my favorite for the 2023 NBA MVP. Now, reason number 1, every season since Ja Morant has gotten into the league, the Memphis Grizzlies have overperformed pretty much greatly. If you think back to when Ja was a rookie, nobody expected the Memphis Grizzlies to do anything. They expected the Memphis Grizzlies to be one of the most terrible teams in the league. And in fact, their Vegas over and under number was 27.5, and most people were hitting that under. Now, Ja Morant, of course, happened, and the Grizzlies ended up winning 34 games. So, already, people were going on, hey, maybe there's something there. And then the next season came. Now, you got to remember, this is the COVID-shortened season, so we're going to get a 72-game schedule instead of an 82-game schedule. But the Grizz over and under was 32.5 that year, which is less than the wins that they had the previous season. We're going to notice a pattern here. And the Grizzlies won 38 games in a 72-game season, which puts them on a 43-win pace for that season, even in a COVID-shortened season. They were already, by Ja's second year, a winning team. The 21-22 season, of course, was the coup de grace. The Grizz over and under was 41.5, which you will notice is under the pace that they were on the previous season, where they got 43 wins. And they ended up winning a whopping 56 games and being the second best team in the NBA and losing to the eventual world champions Golden State Warriors only because Mr. Ja Morant got injured. Now, for this season, of course, we have the Grizz over and under at 51.5, which again is under their wins from last season. Now, so what do I predict? Since the Grizz, I think this pattern is going to hold. I think the Grizzlies are going to have more wins than they had last year. I think you're going to see more improvement for some of the younger guys than is expected, which has happened every season. The Grizzlies that Ja Morant has been on the team. And I think Ja Morant is going to be even better than he was last year. And I think that points to the Grizzlies having 60 wins or more next season. Whoa, I haven't talked about that yet, but that's what I'm thinking. I know at first, initially, I might have talked about having at least 50 wins because the West is going to be so tough. But I think the Grizzlies are going to be good and focused. And that leads me to reason number 2 of why Ja Morant is going to be the 2023 MVP. Jaren Jackson is not going to miss as much time as people are anticipating. All this summer since his injury, Jaren Jackson has been insinuating that he is going to be coming back sooner than later. And I know that he did that with his last injury, and the Grizzlies held him out longer and longer than expected. But the last injury was a knee injury, and I think he might have had a little setback in there that they didn't quite announce. But Jaren Jackson has been already seen working out with Brandon Clark. He's already been seen in the walking boot less and less. I mean, you've already seen pictures of him not in the walking boot. You've seen him working out in the pool and everything. And he said several times out of his own mouth that he does not expect to miss much time, if any at all. So that would line up very, very close to that 4-month timeline that the Grizzlies gave initially. And I know, being a Grizz fan, I can understand the Grizzlies fan base with the history of the Grizz being that we're going to assume the 6-month timeline, if not more. So instead of having him coming back at the end of October, which would be the 4-month timeline, most people have him coming back closer to January, which would be a little bit over the 6-month timeline and more in line with what people perceive the Grizzlies do with their injuries. But this time is different, and I think winning time is here for the Grizzlies, and they're going to take this year seriously. Now, the third reason is simply Ja is a bad man. That's right. Ja Morant is that guy. Now, I watched almost every Ja Morant game that he's played since he's been in the NBA. And last season was one of those seasons where it seemed like every time I watched him play, no matter who the opponent, no matter what team we were playing and what player that they had on their team, Ja Morant was the best player on the court. Even when we played the world champion Warriors and they had Steph Curry, Ja Morant was the best player on the court. It is undisputed. He put up crazy numbers. Even when people were saying he struggled against the Minnesota Timberwolves, he almost averaged a triple-double for the playoff, for that series, and he closed them out fantastically every fourth quarter in that series. So that is the third reason why I think Ja Morant, and I've been watching his workout videos this offseason, and you can already see the bulk that he's added to his frame. You can already see a little bit more smoothness in his jump shot. And I think just like every season since he's been back in Murray State, he is going to improve again. People think he's broken out, and he did break out. But people think he's broken out, so he's going to even out. I don't think that's the case. He's coming off his 22-year-old season, and I think it only goes up from here. And I think he's going to have a better year this year, along with the narrative of the Grizzlies having one of the best, if not the best record in the NBA. Those two narratives are going to be enough to push him to be the favorite for the MVP by the time the season is winding down. And that is why he is my pick to win the 2023 NBA MVP. So let me know, what do you think? Do you think Ja Morant actually has a chance to win the NBA MVP? I mean, he finished 7th last year, and he looked to be heading for a top 5 before his end of the season injury. Or do you think I am overblowing what Ja Morant can do as far as being a 23-year-old NBA player and winning the MVP with the presence of Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, and all the other young guys vying for that title like Jason Tatum, Trae Young, and all these players? The NBA is loaded right now. Do you think he has a chance to break through that crowd? Let me know what you think in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll be with you on the next video. Peace.